In a foldable phone, the strength of the display is the most important thing. The number of times you can fold it and not break it. That's what all of us are really interested in. And this time, Samsung might actually not disappoint. Hi guys, Alina here. Welcome back to Need to Know. We've seen some pretty daring phones lately, right? The Cyber phone with its super chunky metal exterior like the Cybertruck, or the innovative Zenfone 6 with its flip camera that might just return this year. But foldables are in another league, radically different. Here, Samsung, Huawei, and even Microsoft fight for the first spot. Can Galaxy Fold 2 ensure Samsung's supremacy? They did have that Foldgate situation after all. After the first batch of foldables ended in reviewers' hands, things went sour. Screens cracked as a bulge started to appear in the hinge area. Was it disappointing? Absolutely. So Samsung went back and corrected their mistakes, launching a functional flagship foldable. Was it perfect? No. Too expensive for its worth? Maybe. I mean, we're talking about a $2,000 phone here, but I think Samsung is starting to learn from its mistakes. This August, we're looking at a Galaxy Fold 2 with improvements in the areas where it matters. Before we go into the fixes, let's see the upgrades though. The obvious one is the display. Galaxy Fold 2 is set to raise the bar when it comes to size with a 7.7-inch unfolded screen and, some say, a 6.2 cover display. That's about 50% more than the original one, like to give you an idea. If you've seen a strip of a display more than a complete one in some renders, you are not hallucinating. Those designs are also in the cards, but I say they could be a light version of the folder, not the main version. To get those proportions, Samsung will have to trim the bezels too. In fact, from what we've heard, you'll definitely see trimmed bezels. We're talking around 4 mm wide and no notch. Yes, the notch is out and the punch hole design is in. A couple of renders showed it, in fact, a bit off-center. It was so bizarre that it made us fidget for a bit. But when we looked closer, folded, the selfie camera was actually right in the center of the right side. Plus, the main camera module is definitely going to be on the rear right side, so there weren't many options to place it to begin with. Galaxy Fold 2's display will also have a surprise, 120Hz refresh rate. That's still a pretty new upgrade on most phones, so we're pretty happy to see it there. What we won't see, and it's such a bummer guys, is an S Pen. With a phone that turns into a tablet, this would have been the obvious move for Samsung. And a winning card too. But rumor is Samsung is gonna keep the accessory just for notes. However, if the pen isn't coming with it, at least they'll take advantage and make the phone lighter. Basically, you won't feel the burden of two phones in your pocket anymore. All well and good, but how are they gonna fix the problems? How will they make it stronger, more durable? With a different type of screen and hinge. Yes, the upgraded hinge is apparently going to make the Fold 2 fold completely. No mind the gap warnings from Samsung. Also, they're replacing the chip plastic used the first time with an ultra-thin glass. It's gonna look more premium and hopefully won't crack. In a foldable phone, this is the most important thing. The strength of the display, like the number of folds it can take, that's what all of us are really interested in. And this time Samsung better not disappoint. If they get the fold right, the rest will follow. I mean, with 12 GB of RAM up to 512 GB of memory, a Snapdragon 865 in the mix, I guess you won't complain about performance. Battery is going to stay at the 4,500–5,000 mAh range, and we might even get a better price for all of this. Yes, it seems that Samsung realized that $2,000 is a lot, and they're considering a smaller price. Okay, it won't be around $1,000, don't go crazy. But if you really want a foldable phone and one that's been fighting tooth and nail to do better, then Galaxy Fold 2 could be the one. What would it take for you to spend more than $1,500 on a phone, especially a foldable one? Tell us in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget, subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to see more videos like this. See you guys!